I cruised by Matt Freeman's house this morning because I was at the gym and it's right behind there. And I happened to look up the street from where I was parked at the gym, and it looked from where I was standing like his garage door was open. So I cruised up there, and no, that was the neighbor's house where the garage was open, but his car was in the driveway. Little security camera still up there above the garage. The the "Don't Tread on Me" sign was gone. Is that what it said? um, the flag, the "Don't Tread on Me" flag, and then the sign that said "Warning: Sign has sharp edges." That was all it said on the sign. You know, it took me back. Matt trained with me for several years, and he died last January, unexpectedly. He was in his 30s. Um, he was my most faithful student. He was. Matt was not naturally gifted when it came to martial arts. He was a little awkward, especially with his feet. But he learned all the drills that I taught, and he did well because he always came to class. He always came to class, and most of the time was early. And then when Mika was with him, they always came together. Um, and I believe that relationship and that friendship meant a lot to him and helped him in many ways. Um, but it took me back to that morning in January when I Miko contacted me and asked me to go check on him because she hadn't heard from him in a couple of days, and his car hadn't been moved. She had gone back to Canada, but she had access to the security camera above his garage remotely over the internet and could see that his car hadn't been moved and that he hadn't been in or out. So I went up there and I rang the doorbell and knocked and banged on the screen door. I tried climbing over the security gate that he had on the side of the house, but it was raining and it was wet, and I just couldn't get over it. I knocked on the neighbors' doors and asked if anyone had seen him come in or out, and no one had. So I called the cops. And meanwhile, Mika was talking to me through that little security camera above the garage door. She was able to talk through that thing, so it was kind of weird standing out there in the rain waiting for the cops to show up and talking to Miko, who was in Canada, through a little remote speaker. The cops contacted his mother, and his mother came with the key, and she was so calm, and she knew something was wrong. She knew it wasn't good because Matt was a creature of habit. He would go to his AA meetings, have his coffee. He had certain routines that he always followed. So she knew it wasn't good, but she was very calm. And the cops went in and they came out a few minutes later and they said, "We're sorry to tell you he's dead." And I remember texting Miko, telling her I'm sorry, but he's dead. And she was like, "Are you kidding me? Tell me you're not serious," or something like that. So what can I say? Life is short. Life is so short. Not only for Matt, for all of us. Life is short. And so what I have to say today is train hard. Train hard, live hard, play hard. Experience life to the fullest. Take risks. Put it all out there. Tell him or her that you love them. Pursue your dreams. Run them down because they won't come to you. You have to go to them. You have to go after them. You have to chase them down. So why, you might ask, why train hard if life is short and we are all soon to die? And I would say to you that what matters is not when you die or how long you live, but how you live. There are people who live long but empty lives. Lives without accomplishment, lives without meaning, lives without purpose, lives without love, lives without risk. Don't be one of those. It's not how you die, because sure, some deaths are more painful than others, but in the end the result is the same. It's not how you die, it's how you live. It's not how long you live, it's how you live. If you were going to die in a month, what would you do? Would you lay down and do nothing? No. You would live as richly and as fully as you possibly could in that month. Well, you know what? Maybe you're not going to die in a month, but you're going to die soon. So do the same thing. Live your dreams. Pursue your passions. Matt did. He had a passion for knives ever since he was a kid. Being a knife maker was a dream come true for him. He was living the life he wanted to live. And his mother said that at his memorial service, and I was so impressed with her poise and with what she had to say. She said that she was happy that Matt had passed away at a time when things were going well for him and when he was seeing the fulfillment of his dreams rather than in his dark years after he came back from the war in Iraq. So be the woman or man you aspire to be. If you're not there yet, set your feet on the path and walk it one step at a time. That's how you climb a mountain, right? You don't jump up a mountain. You get there one step at a time. It's the same on the path to your dreams, but they won't just happen. If you're waiting for all the conditions to be right, for all the circumstances to come about in your favor before you set foot on that path, it won't happen. It'll never happen. You'll never have enough money. You'll never have all the people that you need or the helpers that you need. You'll never have all the conditions set up just perfectly. No, you just have to do it. Me, martial arts and writing. That's what it's all about for me. Martial arts, writing, and my faith. And that's where I choose to focus my efforts. And I'm undaunted in the pursuit of those dreams. And I will sacrifice whatever I have to sacrifice. Not my faith, not my family, but materially, I mean. Materially and in terms of time and effort and sweat, I'll make whatever sacrifices I have to on that path. And I recommend that you do the same because life is short, my friend.